Here's the final look for today's set. Black and red nails with gold chrome, a 3D flower, and micro beads. Let's start by prepping the natural nails, buffing the surface, adding dehydrator and primer to ensure everything adheres perfectly. I am using a peel-off base coat, that is optional. For the tip application, I start by covering the lower portion of the nail with a thin layer of glue and then adding a larger dollop of glue at the bottom, positioning the tip at your cuticle, and then at an angle you want to gently press down so that the glue spreads from the cuticle to the free edge. Make sure to flash cure for 30 seconds and then repeat for the remaining nails. Once all the tips are applied, do a full hand cure for 60 seconds. Then take your e-file and thin out along the bottom of the tip so that it makes it a bit more seamless. File the free edge and then buff out once more to smooth any jagged edges. And then we're going to spritz with alcohol and do a quick brush to remove any debris. A quick tip, this is also optional, but if you take a little bit of acetone, dip it lightly and with a brush and rub that along the base of the nail, that is going to melt the soft gel tip so that it looks more seamless as well. This is an optional step to seal the underside with a clear top coat for added gloss. Now it's time for base color. I'm using a fleshy nude polish. I purchased this from AliExpress or Shein, but I will link something in the description that's from Amazon as an alternative, which I think is just as wonderful. I apply a few coats, curing in between to build the desired opacity. And then I will use a micro swab with alcohol to remove any gel from the cuticle, helping prevent skin irritation or allergies from forming. I also applied this nude color to the thumb and ring finger. I did end up loving this color so much, so I will apply it to all my fingers except for the pointer, which will be black. Thin applications with full cures are key here to avoid uneven curing or rippling. Then I use a red polish and a sponge to create a soft aura effect on my corset finger, which will be the middle finger right here. Using your sponge applicator, just do a little bit of polish on it and then dab, dab, dab until you spread it out slowly to create that aura effect if you do not have an airbrush machine like myself. For the corset design, you're going to use a thin, long liner brush. I first outline the design and then go back in to fill it, making the lines thicker. And just being sure to clean up along the skin as you go with a micro swab and a little bit of alcohol. I apply a matte top coat to the thumbnail, curing it for a full 60 seconds. This isolates the chrome. Using a clear top coat and a thin liner brush, I draw out the design and then flash cure for about 10 seconds. A full cure would prevent the chrome from adhering properly. Then rub the chrome in using your finger, or if you prefer a sponge applicator, that should work just as well. Then we will repeat the same matte plus chrome isolation steps on the ring finger. After the chrome is applied, we're going to create a 3D effect using thicker gel and a liner brush, dragging it across the chrome for a raised look. And clean up around the cuticle using alcohol and seal with the top coat. And then for our middle finger and our pinky finger, let's use some rhinestone glue and caviar beads to embellish those a bit more. Now it's time to create the 3D flower on the pointer finger. You're going to use a thicker gel and a silicone tool to apply 4 beads of the solid gel, and then your silicone tool to mold and shape it as you would like. I decided to do half a flower, so you see me just shaping the petals and then pushing in the middle, curing that, full cure, and then paint to your desired look. And a little bit of glue and caviar beads to the center to finish it off. Now, lastly, take your favorite top coat and seal everything in and call it a day. If you've enjoyed this so far, I ask for you to like, comment, subscribe. Your feedback is always welcome, and I appreciate all of the love. This is our final look: black, red nails with gold chrome, 3D flower, and micro beads. Everything's tied together beautifully. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I would love to hear back. Until next time.